But through the years growing up and everything, I did see how many people were affected by this thing called Vietnam. And there was various levels of sadness, including from my father. And I wanted to understand that. I grew up, there was no Asian people, there was no Vietnamese people, no Eurasian people. It was just basically me and my mom. And I experienced some negative things in my life towards my race and my culture that caused me to want to push Vietnam away myself. It was just a negative thing to me. And I just didn't want to do anything with it. And then, like I said, throughout the years, I just seen how this had been a source of pain for many people. And so I made up my mind. I wanted to learn more about these men and their stories and this history and this place where I'm from. So as I started doing that, of course, part of my healing came from listening to all the Vietnam veterans throughout the years and seeing the parallels in their stories. And they had a big piece of healing in my life as well as being honored to hear many of their stories. And it wasn't until I went back to Vietnam for the first time in 20-some years that the whole thing really came full circle for me. And I began to see Vietnam other than a war, but Vietnam as a people, country, and culture, something I'm a part of that I can embrace and also be proud of today. And so today when I announce myself, because at one time I was led to feel shame for my race, today I now say I am a proud Cambodian, because my mom's actually Cambodian, but from Vietnam, proud Cambodian, Vietnamese, and Eurasian daughter of a Vietnam vet. So I embrace all of who I am today. So there's many things about the Vietnam veterans that I love. This whole process, as this was going on, they were all so humble about it. But the Vietnam veterans have made their own mark. Your culture really knows how to honor your vets. And so I encourage many American veterans to come to see your veteran ceremonies on Veterans Day and other times when you do that. There's many veterans who have done great things for other vets. They rolled up their sleeves and said, we're going to make sure that Iraq and Afghanistan vets, when they come back, are taken care of, their families are taken care of, and some of the things that we didn't get doesn't happen to them. And then there's the Vietnam veterans who have not forgotten Vietnamese and the Hmong people, and they remembered them and honored them here. And there's many veterans who have gone back to Vietnam as well and done great things over there with me and on their own. So this day is a day to highlight and celebrate you guys and who you are. And it's just an amazing full circle that at one time, Vietnam, negative, can now be turned around and become a positive. There's no shame that needs to be carried with Vietnam, nothing but pride. And I love you guys, and I'm so honored to have a small piece of this, because this isn't just, it's ultimately about you Vietnam veterans, but people forget. Everybody is affected by war, even the wives, the mothers, the children. So this is our day too, in a way, and it's our day to honor our GIs that we're proud of and love. So thank you again. You're all #1 GIs, and appreciate it.
I'd like to present with a little gift here. Also one here for your husband. I met Thuy and her husband Steve a couple of years ago. That was after the signing of the Vietnam Day Veterans Bill out of Madison. And I just called her and I asked her if she could come. At the time we were doing a scout dance. And I asked if she could come over and and cook. We didn't know each other. This was just out of the blue, and to my surprise, when I met them and I kind of explained a little bit of our culture to them, then she accepted and said she would do that. And since that time, I've become good friends with her and her husband. And the things that they do is just amazing. It's they're really, once you get to know them, they're really a neat couple to know. And today, don't go nowhere yet, because when we're done out here, we're going to go into the cafeteria. And Thuy is also going to talk about her last trip that she went on to Vietnam this past winter. She just got back. She's going to do a slideshow and talk about our cultures, the similarities of our cultures, and that she wants to share with us today. It's a really neat show, and she told me some of the stories already last week. I sat and talked with her and her husband last week, and we talked for about 2 hours. And she told me some really nice stories, and that's what she wants to share with you today. The rest of this program out here in the atrium, we're just going to do some service songs, and then also some individual songs, I believe. But this is what it's about too. We want to sing and dance, and that's what we are, to celebrate. This is a wonderful day that we can all thank our veterans and appreciate what they've done. Yeah.